Breaking news from Venezuela. President Nicolas Maduro has condemned the United States' decision to impose a sweeping blockade on all sanctioned Venezuelan oil tankers, calling it, in his words, a grotesque threat. President Donald Trump's order marks a sharp escalation in Washington's campaign against Maduro's government, and tensions are rising fast. Just last week, the U.S. seized a tanker off Venezuela's coast, and now, the U.S. military presence has ramped up in both the Pacific and the Caribbean, officially as part of a crackdown on drug smuggling. Let's not forget, the U.S. is the second largest buyer of Venezuelan crude oil, after China. But Maduro isn't holding back. He's accusing Trump of trying to seize Venezuela's resources outright. He says, and I quote, "Imperialism and the Nazi-fascist right wing want to colonize Venezuela to take our wealth, oil, gas, gold, iron, aluminium, and other minerals." Maduro insists his country will defend its homeland, and pledges that peace and stability will prevail for the Venezuelan people. Meanwhile, over in Washington, the Trump administration's pressure campaign against Maduro is in full swing. As I mentioned, the U.S. boarded a Venezuelan tanker just last week. In response, the Venezuelan government has filed a complaint with the UN Security Council, arguing that the U.S. violated Venezuelan sovereignty, especially since that vessel was part of the state oil ministry. Now, here's where it gets complicated. Dozens of oil tankers are apparently on a U.S. sanctions list, and the Trump administration is threatening to impound them, blocking their travel from port to port. But the details? They're still murky. There's no clear plan spelled out in Trump's social media posts. Even though Venezuela's economy relies heavily on oil exports, only a small fraction, less than 10%, actually goes to the United States. The bulk of sales head to China, which raises a complex question. If the U.S. tries to enforce a near-global embargo on Venezuelan oil, what does that mean for its relationship with China? And then, there's enforcement. Yes, the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier group is now stationed in the Caribbean and Atlantic. But what about the Pacific? Are there concrete plans for military enforcement there? Right now, we simply don't know. One last twist. Trump has taken to his own social media platform, declaring the Maduro regime a foreign terrorist organization. Usually such a designation comes after a lengthy government review, with travel bans, asset freezes, and a host of legal moves. In this case, there's no evidence that process took place, yet the label stands. For the full picture on this unfolding crisis, don't miss out. Subscribe to Alizar for reliable news and expert insights. Like and share and stay ahead of the curve.